I just destroyed like 5 of these chicken satays. If you don't make them, you are crazy. The marinade, incredible. The peanut dipping sauce, absolutely delicious. These aren't too hard to make, and the flavors are so dang good. I know you're gonna love this recipe. We are gonna start off by making that marinade, so let's get to prepping. Sound good? Let's cook. In a food processor, or you could actually do this in a blender as well, we are going to add in 1 peeled shallot, next followed up with 4 garlic cloves. Now we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, followed up with 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. Next, we're going to add in a half teaspoon of turmeric. You could substitute this out for a 1-inch block of fresh turmeric if you can find it. Next, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of palm sugar. You could substitute for light brown sugar. Now we're going to be using 1 red finger pepper, no seeds. You could do a Fresno or a jalapeno pepper. Next, a peeled 1-inch chunk of fresh ginger, the juice of 1 lime, going to help cut down on some of that heat from the pepper. Now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of peanut oil, followed up with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then last but not least, I've got a 1/4 cup of sweetened soy sauce. Now, if you cannot find this, quadruple the amount of soy sauce and brown sugar to substitute for that. Okay, let's add a top to our food processor, and then I'm going to process on high speed. We want to blend up all those things, get them completely mixed together, and of course, finely minced. One other quick thing, if you like spice, you can add another pepper to this if you want. Me, I'm weak in that department. All right, let's set this to the side and pull out our chicken. I've got 1 large breast and then 3 thighs. You could use all thigh meat, all breast meat, a combination like me, totally up to you. So in preparation for this, what you want to do is remove the skin from the thigh meat, or if you're using drum meat as well, just remove it and set it to the side. For the bone, what you want to do is carve around it and scrape down all the meat off of it and then simply cut it off. Don't throw these away though. Add them together. We're going to put them in the freezer. You can make chicken stock. Now for cutting it up, you want to make 1/2-inch little chunks, okay? I'm not into big old kebabs or satays. I like small little pieces that cook quickly and remain incredibly tender. Put them in a bowl, set them to the side. Now for the chicken breast, sometimes you get these really big, thick chicken breasts. What I like to do is cut them in half widthwise, and then just like the thigh meat, cut them into 1/2-inch little pieces. We too are going to add these to a bowl along with the dark thigh meat. Now, what we want to do at this stage is grab the marinade that we made in the food processor. Use a spatula because you want to scrape all this goodness out there, my friends. And be sure to taste the marinade even before you put it in with the chicken. It's so tasty. I also, this is personal preference, like to add a little bit more salt and pepper. You can do that with the marinade when it's in the food processor. For some reason, I like sprinkling it on the protein just to make sure everything is covered. Now mix it completely together. It is going in the refrigerator for at least 4 to 6 hours, but it will be absolutely best if you can keep it in there overnight. So when it comes to making the peanut sauce, you can do it right after you're done marinating the chicken. Keep it in the refrigerator, pull it out before you're ready to use it, or you can just whisk everything together 10 or 15 minutes before you're ready to serve. It comes together in no time. Let me say this though. The marinade that I made for the chicken is much more of an Indonesian style marinade. Now, a typical Indonesian peanut sauce is going to be different than the one that I'm going to show you, and here is why. My wife loves the Thai version of the peanut sauce. So I'm going to be happy with the marinade. I'm going to make her happy with the peanut sauce. Everybody wins. Here is how you do it. I've got a medium-sized bowl with 1 cup of creamy peanut butter. You could use chunky if you want, I suppose. Next thing we're going to do is finely grate 2 cloves of garlic using a little microplane in there. Be sure to knock it all off. Make sure it is all in there. We're going to do the exact same process with a little chunk of peeled ginger. It's about a 1-inch piece. Be sure to knock it and get all the pieces off that microplane. Next, we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of coconut or rice wine vinegar, followed up with the juice of 1 lime. Now I'm going to add in between 2 and 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. If you like salt, add a little bit more. If you don't, stick to 2 tablespoons. Now I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of chili garlic sauce. This is magical stuff, my friends. And then 2 tablespoons of palm sugar or light brown sugar if you cannot get that. What I like to do at this point, though, is start to whisk everything together. And the reason I do this is because it's easy for that liquid to fly outside of that bowl. Trust me, I've done it a million times. It will start to tighten up a little bit because it doesn't have quite enough liquid in there. Totally fine. What I do at this point is add in a little bit of coconut milk at a time, totaling up to 15 ounces or 1 can. Now, what I do not do is add all the fat that's at the top of that coconut milk. I don't use all of it. I use about half of that. There's no reason to add more fat to this. Once it is completely whisked in, it should be creamy. It should be nice and smooth. It's almost runny enough that it is a sauce, but thick enough that you can easily coat something if you dipped it in there. We're going to add it to the refrigerator and set it to the side until we need it. Now, when you're ready to start making our satays, we're going to add some bamboo skewers right to a little pan. We're going to completely cover them in water, submerge them, make sure they sit in here for about 20 minutes. It's just so they don't catch on fire when they're on the grill. Now, when it's time to cook and prepare these, we are going to pull the chicken right out of the refrigerator. It looks awesome. The meat is so dark and so marinated. This is going to be so dang delicious. Now, for the process of skewering these up, I like to wear gloves because, well, it gets a little messy. So there is a trick when it does come to skewering this, and here's why. You don't want to completely load these up like you would a normal kebab, like you're eating dinner. Remember, these are appetizers. So when you skewer the meat on, you're doing about 8 to 12 pieces, and you want to leave a little bit of room at the top and then a little bit of room at the bottom, maybe a few inches, because people are going to hold these and eat it right off the skewer. Once they are all skewed up, let's go over to a grill over high heat in between 450 and 550 degrees Fahrenheit. Lay them right down on the grill. These are going to cook really quick. We're talking 3 to 4 minutes per side, but you should absolutely keep an eye on them. Remember, the meat are nice small chunks and it could cook even quicker. After that time, come back, let's flip everything over. Be sure to keep them about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch apart from the other one so they don't stick and then get that nice grill mark over all of them. But please watch them again because there is soy in the marinade and they can burn a little bit if you aren't paying close attention. Once they get perfect grill marks just like these, we are going to pull them off and set them to the side because we do have a few more things to do in order to plate these up, but they do look amazing. If you don't have a grill, no worries. You can absolutely cook these in a grill pan or a regular pan with a little bit of oil over medium heat on your cooktop, 3 to 4 minutes per side. But I'm telling you, and I will always tell you, it is all about understanding these foundational cooking principles, putting them into practice over and over again. It will elevate your everyday cooking. The marinade, understanding it needs to sit in that marinade for at least 4 to 6 hours to infuse all those flavors. The peanut sauce, I want to put it on anything, honestly. I want to put it on a salad. I want to put it on beef, pork. It's amazing. You need to make it. Here's what we do to plate this up. Let's finish it up. You can serve these up on a plate, a platter, a cutting board, or those rectangle plates work really well for these satays. And definitely do not forget to serve it up alongside your peanut sauce. I like to add a few chopped peanuts to the top just for garnish, and then finish it with some fresh chopped cilantro. Remember, there's coriander in this recipe, and most people know fresh cilantro as coriander around the world, not cilantro. That's just us in America. These look fantastic. Let's definitely get in this.